So, good morning. This is NE1fm and this is the Tony Horne Radio Show. And every week on the show we have a little element called the Real People's Chat Show, where I interview real people, because as the years go by, my distaste for celebrity is on the wane, and generally real people are more interesting. So, a musical guest on the show this time around. Let's welcome Sam Callahan. Now, Sam, just explain to everybody who you are, and I know you've got a big fan base in the Northeast, even though you're actually from Essex land, which for our less educated members is south of Darlington. Hi, Sam.
Hi, thanks, Tony. My name's Sam Callahan. I'm 18 years old. If you want to look me up and stuff, I'll just get that out of the way. It's on, I'm online, like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and all that. It's my links are on www.samcallahan.co.uk, and all my music's on there as well. Basically, I'm a 18-year-old singer-songwriter from Essex. And I'm working my way up, I guess you call it up and coming. But I've been doing a lot of radio shows recently, trying to get as many gigs as I can and things like that. And my fan base is growing really quickly, I guess. I kind of started to promote myself in June 2012, and already online I've got something like 15,000 people following me on Twitter and other social networking sites, and that's kind of how I'm trying to get myself out there. So,
yeah, it's the modern way, though, isn't it? I mean, it really is. Record shops are closing, other shops are closing, and it's either the talent show route or, one by one, shake everybody's virtual cyber hand, and that's what you're doing. It's so important now, the whole internet side of the industry, and I'm just literally going and doing exactly that one by one, seeing who I can get in touch with, and who I can get a radio play from and an interview from. Hence why I find myself here talking to you. Well, yeah, and it really is it's an extraordinary thing, because people, I don't know, maybe it was 10 years ago, people said, oh, Sandy Tom, she was discovered on MySpace or something, and people going, was she really, or is that just a stunt? But I can tell you that Sam's on the show here because some of his fans in the Northeast said I had to have Sam on the show, and I thought, well, that's all right. Phil's 10 minutes. I thought that's brilliant, and that just would never have happened, because anybody that's trying to break into the music business, whether it be radio or as a singer-songwriter, will tell you the same story. They just walked into brick walls, and we can break that down now, can't we?
Exactly. There's so much that you can do on your own, but it's kind of doing that. If you can get there, the whole record label side of it, they all want you to have kind of done half the work yourself. So doing the fan base, the songs, like I write my own music. The funny thing about what you just said is Sandy Tom was given a big step up by who is at the moment my manager, who's John McLaughlin, so that's a nice little connection there.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
But yeah, no, she obviously is one of the first people that did work really hard on the social networking sites, and that's kind of where it all started, I think.
So are you tempted by the reality route? Matt Cardle, famously from Essex, did that and crashed and burned. I saw him just before Christmas, and he can definitely play and he can definitely sing, but we've had too many Matt Cardles, haven't we? From Leon Jackson, Joe McElderry, Brookstein, and all that.
I think you got both sides. Like, if you look at Matt Cardle, exactly that. Like, he's an amazing, talented artist that writes his own stuff, and you don't see too much of him at the moment. I said, but Ollie Murs, on the other hand, is doing amazing from it, and it can go either way. But personally, I don't think it's for me, mainly because I think that those sort of shows can change you, and I'm not about to let anyone sort of change me, because I like it. I like the way I'm doing it, and I think everyone goes at the end, oh, it's about the journey, and I'm loving the journey so far. So
yeah, well, the thing is, with Ollie, now of course Ollie didn't win in a very one-sided, mediocre year, which Joe won, but Ollie had already invented himself as this sort of artful dodger. And I don't mean the musician, I mean, you know, as in the stage show, you know, this likeable
kind of people's person.
Yeah, and you know, I think that's been the way, and I think there was an interesting technique which might apply to you in this season's X Factor just gone, and that is the tale of Lucy Spraggan, who I think a lot of people, you know, fell in love with musically and thought she had something unique about her, and of course she pulled out, and her credibility, I think, remains very, very high, and so does her integrity, and people got a real taste of what Spraggan can do, and she's working the social media as well, and I thought she was the most exciting thing on that show ever, on a par with just one other act who were different, and that was G4. But everyone else, for me, of the supposed millions that have applied, you know, you can forget it. I think
I did. I've known since I was about 8 years old. I've known the District 3 boys from the X Factor.
Right.
So obviously I followed them through that, and we used to sing together when I was younger. I went to school with them. And I know that they had quite a hard time during their time in the X Factor. But you know, as I say, I think it can make you, it can break you. So I mean, hopefully for them it was a good thing. I just finished actually doing just before Christmas. I did a tour with them around Scotland, and then I did another tour with Union J around Scotland.
Wow.
And everyone, the only thing I got back from all of them is that everyone had a great time doing it. But I mean, it's kind of down to what we see in the future to tell whether it was a good thing for them, because obviously as they didn't win, we'll see what happens to them.
Yeah, so listen, tell everybody about your music then. What kind of, I mean, I don't want to ask that X Factor question, you know, who do you compare yourself to, or where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Who's your influence? But what, you know, just sell your music to everybody, because you seem to have developed this fan base in the Northeast as well, so let's put it out there a bit more.
Okay, basically, it's kind of, I like all the real instruments, I'm a massive fan of The Script, and McFly, Ed Sheeran, and the kind of the real sound, but it's a little bit more, like, obviously because it's new music, it's very mainstream, it's got a little bit of synth, but everything I write is about personal experiences, real life, or things that I've seen from close friends and family, and I know how it's affected them. So it's all about, so whether it's happy songs or sad songs or anything like that, it's anything that I'm really feeling like at that time that I write about. So I don't tend to write about, tonight we're going to have an amazing party night, if you know what I mean. Yeah. But yeah, so that's kind of my music. I've got a track on iTunes at the moment called Runaway Train, and I'm actually recording an album this year, so look out for it.
Okay, well, should we play Runaway Train?
Is that possible? That'd be amazing.
Yeah, of course it is, yeah.
Thank you so much.
I can do whatever I want on...
It's your radio show.
And, I was going to ask you, you know, you said you got a fan base in Essex, obviously, where you're from, Scotland, and the North East. How did it happen, in the North East in particular?
Well, to be honest, because it's social networking, obviously you get people all over the world. I mean, like, I was on another radio this morning, and people were going, oh yeah, I'm listening in from America, I'm listening in from Australia, or this, that and the other. And I've got people everywhere, and I've actually recently done a meet and greet tour. So you go around the whole of the UK, and I'm doing another one around the Southeast, just to I want to meet everyone that's supporting me, basically to thank everyone, because I wouldn't be able to obviously do it without the support I get, because the fan base at the moment is a massive important thing, which obviously I'm trying to increase it as much as I can. So I guess, you know, just spreading the word, and they help spread the word as well.
Yeah, absolutely. They did the work for you, which is brilliant. Well, listen, good luck. Don't forget me when you're famous.
Thank you so much, mate.
And I'll give you a ring after the show, and we'll put your track on. It's Sam Callahan. Just do all your social networking tools once again, so people can remember you at the start of the interview, as well as...
if you go to www.samcallahan, which is CALLAHAN.co.uk, there's all my other links on there, but I've got YouTube, Twitter, SoundCloud, iTunes, Facebook, and all those. Sam Callahan 94.
Brilliant.
So go ahead and follow that, and I hope you enjoy Runaway Train.